is a member of the Mice Chat Podcast Network. MicePod.com. Now, the podcast that's nearly the same as all the others.
Warning, this show contains childish adult content and is intended for immature, mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised. The views spoken are ours and ours alone, not those of any other bugger. If you're easily offended, we strongly suggest finding another podcast. Everybody neat and pretty, then on with the show.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Let's put on the show.
Growing older is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Disafterdark, the podcast that's nearly the same as all the others.
Yes, thank you. Welcome back. Disafterdark, series 2, episode 21. I'm Paul.
I'm Nick.
I'm Paul.
And we have a guest in the Mouse's Head with us again. We're letting him out the back because he's a chef.
You know, I don't know if that title is real. I'm like a fake chef.
Yeah, we're not real podcasters, so I don't worry about it.
Hang on. Before we like announce who it actually is, can we make some guesses?
Yeah.
Is it because of the new ride opening this week in Disneyland Paris? Is it Remy?
I'm pretty sure it's not Remy.
It's Gusto. No, it's the wrong accent.
Yeah. No, it's well, you can introduce yourself.
You know, a lot of people just call me Panda. I do have the occasional person that calls me Big Fat Panda because of the website, and they're usually scared when they say that because they think they're insulting me. So I have people come up to me and say, "Excuse me, my wife wanted me to ask you, are you buh?" And then they go, "Big Fat Panda," and sometimes I'll act surprised and be like, "Excuse me?"
How very dare you?
Otherwise, John is fine.
Okay, John.
Well, we thought Mr. Panda, just given that we're British and we're very polite.
That's fine. I just realized I must have an accent to all of you.
Yes.
That must be it.
Well, not to all of us. Yeah.
Accents.
Yeah, we've all got accents to each other. So.
Well, here in America, whenever they want us to take something serious, they just have a British person tell it to us, and we believe it more than if another American told it to us.
We're all bad guys, but that's the stereotype.
I did hear a rumor that they were thinking when Obama was first going on the campaign trail all those years ago to become president, that they were going to dub him in with an English accent.
It probably would have worked better. Just yesterday, during Frozen, the person doing the Master of Ceremonies, he would come out and he'd say, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Arendelle." And he was British. And that's how we liked it more. We believed that Anna and Elsa were really there because he told us.
when really, if you're going to go down the story, it should be some sort of Norwegian.
Yeah.
We would have known that, so we wouldn't have taken it serious. So,
which you start to wonder how racist that would have been if it had come out. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
You are not the first to come this way.
You know the worst thing as well is that anyone that's ever met any actual Norwegians, and obviously there are a few at Epcot as well if you haven't, but actual Norwegians have more of an American accent when they speak English than some Americans.
Oh, dear. Anyway,
true story.
Yeah, gentlemen. As we are actually in the Mouse's Head, we better start as we mean to go on. What you drinking, chaps?
I'm still on, as it's the World Cup of football, or to American listeners, soccer. Then I'm still trotting through the Bud Light World Cup editions, which come in a nice gold bottle.
Excellent.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mr. D.
So I got a bottle of Krabby's Raspberry Alcoholic Ginger Beer. Right, so there's a really tenuous Disney connection here. So the raspberries apparently are natural Scottish raspberries. So Scotland, ginger, the connection is Brave and Merida, our favourite ginger princess.
Yeah, you could have also gone down the fact that it's just called Krabbies, and that describes most parents and children
It's
just before the fireworks.
It's the eighth dwarf.
It's
Gold
also
and crabby.
it's also a tenuous universal connection. That was what I was thinking of.
Good.
Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Crab and Goyle were in Harry Potter. If we're going to go down that route, we could fit as many tenuous links. Mr. Panda, sir, had you have been briefed prior to coming in the pub, what would you be drinking?
You know, over here it's 4 p.m., so it's kind of like the middle of the day. I don't like to drink till later on, but
you'll give it away. Shush.
Oh no, it's late. It's late at night here. It's dark. It's very dark. I have a little vodka water with a little bit of flavoring spiked with vodka.
It's a fair enough start for an afternoon's drinking session.
Yeah.
Dear. Well, I'm on our local Ada brewery again, and I have found some Happy Ever After.
Oh,
nice.
And how's this compared to the last one?
Not so gingery and not so chilly. So yeah, it's light and gold.
Very good.
And tasty. And actually served at a decent temperature because I remembered to put it in the fridge.
Well, to be honest, I was waiting so long for the show to start. My beer's almost gone warm. It had been in the fridge.
Yeah, sorry about
obviously.
Yeah, my raspberries have gone off.
Oh dear. Right, well, we've had some suggestions of Disney-related drinks come in over email, and we will be hitting those up at some point. But should anyone else want to suggest any Disney-related beverages for us to imbibe, or just general feedback for the show, how do they do that?
Can you hear that silent motor in the background? Yes, that was an excellent segue.
Oh, beautiful.
You can find us at www.disafterdark.com. I'll be here all week trying to stake. And you can email us at podcast@disafterdark.com.
You can.
Or you can find us on Twitter at Disafterdark. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/Disafterdark. And you can find us on micechat.com.
And on Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, anywhere else you happen to be wanting
Ask
to
Jeeves, GeoCities, Alta Vista, AOL.
Yahoo, rudetube.com, I don't know, probably somewhere.
Don't search for us on there, just in case.
But yeah, certainly don't forget the I out of Disafterdark if you're searching for anything.
Yeah, please don't. And on that note as well, Mr. Panda. And now
Yes.
I'm sure already that some people listen to this show, all 15 of them, will probably know who you are. But just in case there's a 16th person doesn't know who you are, can you tell us where you're from?
I am originally from Long Island, New York, here in the United States. And it was always my dream to move to Florida to be close to the theme parks.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm from Claremont, Florida, which is in central Florida, about a half hour from Disney.
Ah. And how do people find your Disney news and related items?
Oh, I'm sorry. You might have said, where am I from as far as my website?
Right, what it was, I didn't want people to... I should have said that because I didn't want people to stalk you. that was the risk we just ran there. I do apologise.
No, that's my fault. BigFatPanda.com is really my YouTube channel. I don't have an actual website yet because videos is what I do. So I figured just keep the YouTube channel. And I'm sending people there because there's a monthly show that I do called the Big Fat Panda Show. And BigFatPanda.com has all the videos that I try to take of all the attractions in the theme parks. And I try to do my multi-angle Panda vision and all that sort of thing.
Would you say it's a panoramic view?
Oh, for crying out loud.
I'm going to use that. I'm stealing
Please
that.
Please do. You can send the royalties to podcast@disafterdark.com.
They only shoot your videos in black and white. Oh, there's another one.
Ooh, I might try that.
Look, I'm not proud of this, okay?
Oh,
It's just where Nick leads, I follow.
Oh, that's it. I say. Come now, Chi. Right, and that was at Divine Disney that suggested the beers, so thank you very much for that. And we're going to try our best to track down some of those because some of them sounded pretty good. But we won't say them on the show because that will spoil the effect later on. So thank you very much.
Yeah, because I'm sure people listen to this podcast, wait for the first 5 minutes. Oh, I wonder what Disney-related drink they've got. And then they just fast forward the rest of it.
That's all my wife listens to before giving up.
Oh dear. Well, I guess at this point, I play a jingle that says something about the news.
A view of the news with Disafterdark.
So, what has tickled our news fancies this week? Well, we've got having the fact that I'm going to be managing to make it before the 1st of September, and I've got the 2 girls. Frozen summer fun.
Yes.
I envisaged you making a fist pumping action when you said that.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who,
Frozen,
Nick?
probably, I don't know.
Yeah. Nick's gonna make a fist pump for saying he's not going to see it until
Yeah,
Frozen falls.
He's really happy for you.
Can I just? does it tell? Does it tell? Don't really tell.
No.
But saying that, actually, I have actually again because I'm not going. I have actually checked out some footage of this, so I'm fully versed on what's going on. Actually,
Yeah, it's
for once.
all manner of Frozen related events that you mentioned earlier, John. Like a guy putting on an English accent, introducing 2 Norwegian princesses, some fireworks, a snowman that appears on a big TV.
yeah. I was there the first day that they started this, and listen, I'm gonna, before this podcast is up, I'm gonna complain and rant about it probably with you guys for a while. But all in all,
Feel free.
I gotta tell you, it was pretty good. They did a good job for something that was really put together on a very, very quick schedule. I probably know more about it than I should on how quick somebody went into a boardroom and said, we need to do this. And a couple of hours later, this was put together. But
sometime before Diagon Alley opens, put this together.
Oh, I don't even know. It might not have been. It was probably put together as Diagon Alley opened. And I don't. Obviously, you can't compare the two. One is a multi-billion-dollar expansion, and one is just a quick overlay for a theme. But you had to see the little girls' faces there. They just thought that they were in, La La Land and totally enchanted. And I gotta say, there were times where I gave a nice smile and I thought, okay, this is fun. By the end of the night, I was frozen out, but they did a good job.
I think that's it. I mean, to be honest, I don't think Disney had any idea in their wildest dreams that Frozen would have been this juggernaut. Really?
You are absolutely correct. I think that they expected what happened with Tangled. It was popular, they made some money, and that was it. This became an absurdly popular. All the things came together for it like the perfect storm between the songs and the whatever. It just came together, and people loved it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember seeing the trailer for it, and we watched the trailer. Me and my wife watched the trailer together, just after it launched online, and both saw it. And it was the teaser with Olav and Sven trying to get the carrot.
Yeah, which wasn't even in the movie, yeah.
No, it's one of those teaser things that they do as just... I
like that.
So it's not in the film. But you saw that and you thought, oh, God, this is going to be crap in it. We did like there was nothing... It was like a very, very simple joke, not particularly funny, almost tried too hard. And you thought, oh, man, this isn't going to be good. And,
it's going to be about a bloke and his reindeer.
That's it. And to be honest as well, they released the Vinylmations, and, it was the princesses, and they did an Olaf as well. And quite small numbers, and again, you thought, well, they're going to sit there for a while. And it just took off. And I mean, on top of that as well, I mean, I don't know what it's been like in America, but I think it was last week, so the middle of June, was the first time that I walked into a Disney store and they actually had the dresses on the rails and didn't have people queuing up for them.
You should have snapped them up.
As they were coming, when the dresses were coming in, they'd maybe get 10 at a time, and people would be queuing up all day to get them.
Yeah.
Saturday was a 2-hour wait to get into the merchandise area, and I couldn't believe it that people were waiting 2 hours to go and spend hundreds of dollars on things, and they were walking out with bags and bags of Frozen stuff, and everybody had a smile on their face, and I was like, wow, that is the way to do it.
Yeah.
And they walk outside in the hot Florida sun, and it all starts to melt, and it's just a nightmare.
And if you buy the merchandise, you then feel compelled to wait the 5 hours to meet them for the meet and greet.
Well, at least they solved that with this event. They seem to be much more available to meet and greet, or at least you saw them right on stage in front of you.
Yeah. Have you guys read about all the stuff that's on eBay? Because there just isn't enough merchandise to go around.
Some of the dolls and the animators or limited editions going up for like between £1,000 and £2,500, isn't it?
Well, there's one which is a set of 4 dolls, 2 of each, Anna and Elsa, and then a DVD and a lithograph. That's on eBay for almost £6,000.
Yeah, but has that got bids on it?
Oh my God!
It seems to be going.
I mean, I know they did. I know Harrods did a set of dolls that were limited edition. I think they were limited of about 300 or something like that. But they were the same dolls that Disney Store did as well. I think their limited edition there was a couple of thousand worldwide. But I mean, they do go for a pretty penny. Mr. Boniface kindly bought me the Princess Filmations when he was in Disneyland Paris, and I think now they go for about $150, I think, and the OLED's about the same as well.
Wow,
just crazy. I mean, you know, some Filmations can be quite expensive, to be fair, but again, because of the limited number they've done, they're just incredibly in demand. And those animator dolls we actually managed to get those a few weeks ago. We wanted to get them for our daughter, who was 1, for her to play with when she gets a bit older, and we just couldn't find them. But now all of a sudden they seem to just about got the stocks up. But it's taken a long time. I mean, that stuff's been around since just before Christmas. And they've only just now started to get to the stage where you can get into a store and you might be able to find what you wanted without having to queue up for hours. So it's really has become a phenomenon.
The 10th highest grossing film in cinema history.
Well, it's overtaken The Lion King as Disney's biggest film. Of course, that doesn't include inflation, and Frozen also had 3D as well. So that would have bumped up prices and money. But, you know, if you want to still look at it on the actual figures you see like today, then yes, it's completely ridiculous. And but you know, Justified. I mean, I think it's a good film, so I'm not going to slag it off. But not like Maleficent. But but you know what? I think it was good for the studios to get something like that in. I did look at some of the pictures of the Fun Park or the Wonderland or whatever it's called, and it did look a little bit like, and the guys will know what I mean here, one of those cheap Christmas grottos you get. Yeah. It was just like an inside with loads of Christmas trees with fibre optics. But like you said, Mr. Panda, it's been done really quickly, a very quick turnaround. And at the end of the day, they've themed it enough to make it not look that cheap, but whilst being able to make people believe it is that world. And that's what's key at the end of the day.
Yep. I'm looking forward to Frozen 2, Slushy, and Frozen and Frozen 3, Puddle. I'm going to get the whole trilogy.
It could have been, I mean, it's going to be a good event for the little ones to go to, but it could have been so much worse. At least they didn't think, I know, well, let's get rid of that little area where the 102 Dalmatians set was, and then the Narnia set. Let's put something Frozen in a little room.
Yeah, now it's pirates, and it's still not that great.
So, have you, or did you, when you did this the other day, did you do the just the normal events, or did you go for the VIP option?
I did not take the VIP option, and I am so glad I did not.
Oh, okay.
$59 here in the U.S.
Yep.
And it was, you got these special VIP areas to watch the show from, and it always seemed that Anna and Elsa kind of ignored that section. If you watch my video when they come down to the Royal Welcome, Anna and Elsa stare into my camera and they wave almost like they're looking right at me. And I'm realizing the VIP section is right on the other side of them. They never looked at those people.
No disrespect, but they probably didn't know who you were, because I don't think they've ever seen a panda before.
Which was strange. No, I'm kidding. It was just for some reason they didn't. You didn't need to have it, and you were able to get into the sing-along show whenever you wanted to. Pretty much, you have to get a ticket for that before the show. So it might have helped some people, but it didn't seem necessary.
Well, the only thing that I've read about it, which did pique my interest, surprisingly, and you'll hear why in a second, is the fact that you got the priority viewing areas, which may or may not have been priority viewing areas, but you also had a dessert party, and you also had beverages. During the shows and the parades, you were getting bottles of Dasani or other Coke-related products. Other brands of soft drinks are available. But when you went to the dessert party, you actually had the choice of having alcoholic frozen beverages.
That is true. Yes, you could have still purchased them separately, but you did have them. And I have to tell you, the cupcake, and listen, you guys know I like food, but the cupcake, it was an Olaf cupcake, which was carrot cake, and then the icing on top. I have to tell you, it was the best cupcake I've ever tasted in my life. Yeah. I would go back just for that. It was $5.15. Well worth it. It was huge. You could share it with someone and still have enough.
And see, if you bought 10 of those, that's the same price as the VIP ticket.
Yeah,
this is true. I could mail them back to London.
They'll be fine. They'll be completely fine.
Yeah. I got to try to find a little way to keep them cold. Campbell Lindsay, I think, knows you guys, the guy who does my special effects.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Soren fan.
Yeah. Campbell Lindsay. And I tried to... I really have to find a low-price way to send him stuff because there's so much stuff that he wants, but with the shipping, it turns out to not be worth it.
Yes. Yeah, we find that quite a lot, unfortunately, to our chagrin. But it's just started. It's just opened. It's going all summer long. Have they announced an end date for it yet?
1st of September.
Yeah,
that's going to be extended, surely.
I have a feeling they might extend it. Yeah,
I hope so. We don't get there until the 29th of August, and I don't know we'll be in the park by the 1st of September.
Now, Paul, let it go.
Oh!
Hey, someone had to get in there first.
Yeah,
we've been giving up to this the last 10 minutes.
John, did you see the fireworks?
I did, and here's something that again, I'm only saying on this podcast. I wouldn't tell you on another. I was warned that the fireworks the night that I was there would not be that great. Not just because of the low-lying clouds and the rain, but they actually did not have enough time to purchase the product, which I believe comes from Japan or China, these expensive fireworks. They didn't have enough time to get what they wanted. So I was told on subsequent nights the fireworks would be much better because they're ordering a lot more.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And it was July the 4th as well. So
say that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I'll have to go on YouTube and look up Ricky Briganti's stuff then.
Actually, he's probably got the same one as me because we were there the same day.
Oh.
But I do know that Ricky, I was with him. We hung out today. He stayed further back. So his fireworks actually might give a better view where I'm closer up to the stage.
I just got a vision of these Disney cast members putting little rockets in milk bottles, empty milk bottles.
Yeah, that's what I do.
With a box of matches. Here we go.
We were a bit short, so I've picked these up from the Walmart.
Yeah.
Do you have the Elsa themed firework? Yeah, here's the blue one.
Oh dear.
Summer blowout.
You could even tell the animation on Olaf was quick. Nothing really was synced up very well with the voice. But again, there was families with little kids, and they really were just in their glory. So you could ask a little 10-year-old, what did you like better? All the millions of dollars that Universal spent, or when you saw Elsa sing Let It Go on stage? And they will probably tell you that the Frozen was the best thing they've ever seen in their whole life. So, it's funny how they know what they're doing marketing-wise.
Can't argue with that, can I?
Now, when it comes to Avatar, they better not skimp. I'm going to be on that. I want to see a nice Pandora.
That'd be good.
Oh, have we lost a Nick?
I thought I had a blip.
Yes, we lost a Nick, but I'll get him back, and I've got to edit it anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, I hope you get that
out. We'll try him again. Yeah. He's back.
I'm front.
Oh, fair enough.
More fun than Brighton, me.
Yeah. Dear. Now I've really got to edit it.
We got an explicit tag on right now, Nick.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah,
it
when you left.
again?
Yeah, Mr. Boniface let one go. He
Hey,
did.
what about
He let it go.
just a quick shout out to David Wilders and where you got this name from, I don't know. Amish Baby Machine.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Just accept it. Just accept it. Move along. Oh,
Yeah.
and Jeannie as well. So thanks.
Move along. Someone.
But yeah, I've got no idea. Who comes up with? Oh, David's taken. Oh, Michael's taken. Oh, what can I have? Amish Baby Machine. Done. There you go.
So someone's randomly watching the Twitters.
Amish Baby
that
53.
might be one answer to it. Did anyone start another news story? Because I have one.
Yeah. Far away.
An interesting one from our friends at Universal Studios in Japan.
Okay.
This I find very interesting. So obviously there's already a Universal Studios park in Japan, as we know.
Yep.
Which in fact is opening up their Harry Potter area this week. But they're looking to, or they put a bid in to build and operate a casino complex.
Okay.
And that would also potentially have a second park. So it would be a casino and a park and a resort.
It doesn't surprise me because there's one on Sentosa Island where Universal Singapore is already. So.
I
Ah.
mean, you know,
A casino next to a Universal?
Yeah.
Could you imagine like a Harry Potter casino?
I'm not sure if J.K. Rowling will sign that off, to be honest. But it's not a bad idea. But I mean, of course, I don't know how many people know about this, especially in the UK. But Americans probably would do. That this isn't. If this happens, if this pulls off, this won't be the first time that a casino has had a theme park. Because back in the mid 90s, the MGM Grand on the Las Vegas Strip had a theme park.
Yep.
Yeah,
An
New
MGM
York's got one.
Well, it's got a ride.
Yeah, isn't there an indoor part as well?
Nah, not really. But at MGM they had like it was like a mini Hollywood Studios.
Was it?
Whatever happened to that park? It just closed up.
Yep, literally. I think the thing is from what I've read about it, which is actually quite a lot for somebody who shouldn't. It was kind of at a time when Vegas was trying to attract more to families.
Right.
And then as soon as that decided to die out because nothing else was, that was the only real family thing that had opened up there properly. So they kind of just nixed it. It just wasn't bringing in the punters enough. And it closed around 99, 2000.
I think it was Wizard of Oz themed. I would have loved to have seen that.
Well, because the hotel itself was really Wizard of Oz themed. But they had like their big attraction was like a boat tour. So if you think about the backlot tour we have at the studios in Paris or Orlando, it was similar to that but on a boat and included like a set like Apocalypse Now with a helicopter and everything. It's supposed to be very impressive, and there was also like a Journey to the Centre of the Earth attraction and
let's build a movie-related theme park because that will be good. And that will really go towards families. What are we going to do? Apocalypse Now.
It was a very family-friendly film in the early 90s.
Yeah,
obviously.
Nick, I think you're getting confused. That Journey to the Centre of the Earth attraction, that's called the Grand Canyon.
Oh, it's just extended out across the lot.
Looks so real.
Yeah. It's not so much family friendly anymore. It's just the family.
But I mean, it's an interesting concept. I mean, obviously, that part of the world has actually taken over as the gambling kind of part of the world now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So that whole, especially China. So I can imagine that it'll work out quite well because the Japanese love theme parks. And they love to gamble. So, interesting. But it's only broken the last couple of days. So, I mean, as with all these things, it is an actual story. It is looking to happen. But like you've seen with the also revealed this week, Disneyland Dubai, these things are often talked about and don't actually happen. So, we'll wait and see on that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's already the Universal Arch just sitting in the middle of the desert. So...
But to be honest, the
They
Disney part was never actually officially announced. They just have plans drawn for it.
They should hire Stacey G. Aswad to do their in-room movie. Love theme parks? Love gambling? Hello.
I wish you'd do a film about my life.
Uh-oh.
No. Like, I just mean, would it be fun? Why if she just stood by you all the time narrating? I don't know. I just think it'd be really entertaining, but that's just me. Sorry. There's no malicious thoughts going on, you sickos.
So everyone has to get up first thing in the morning, turn on their TV, and rather than breakfast television, it's top 10 things to do in your life today.
Yeah.
Number 1, go to the shops.
See, you've already messed it up. First thing to do, brush your teeth. Dirty boy. Goodness sake. But that's just me. Stacey seems like a nice person. If she wants to ever come on this show, we're welcome to have you on.
She's very welcome, yeah.
Indeed. But yes, that was my... Yeah, I hope we're in her top 10 podcast. We're probably not. Probably in the top 50 or something. But that was my story. So did anyone else have any other news? Or?
Well, I don't know. Has anyone else got any?
No, it was all Frozen related. I mean, in addition to the fact that the movie's grossed so well and they're selling all the merchandise, they actually reckon it's driving Disney's share price up. That's just how big an effect it's having.
Oh, God, we'll quickly get over to Disneyland Paris then.
Yeah.
Do those shares going up?
Yeah, well, I have got the railroad in Disney World. That's scheduled for refurbishment now.
Is it really?
Yep. Closing
railroad?
Closing down from September the 28th through to November the 8th.
Phew, that's okay then.
And reopening to guests on November the 9th.
So what are they doing there?
I don't quite know what they mean as refurbishment. Perhaps they just mean like cleaning the trains and repainting them.
Well,
we're not talking a complete 3D refurb of everything and then doing a Hogwarts Express TV screens on the side of the carriages.
They're going to replace them with diesels. Upgrade them.
I was reading actually.
They do have problems finding parts for these steam trains.
Yeah.
Well, they would do now. Yeah.
Yeah. Heck of old, aren't they?
No, I was reading the other day that I think it's the Mark Twain. I'm not sure what part they said it was. It might have been Disneyland, but it runs on biodiesel.
Yeah, don't the trains as well? Don't they run on
Possibly.
like recycled oil from the fat fryers? I think
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm not. I think I heard about the trains before, but yeah, I just read about the Mark Twain. I thought, but now you said that, I think you're right. I think it's probably the trains as well as that. But yeah, it's good.
I mean, it's
nice
environmentally friendly, and it makes you hungry.
Well, then Universal buys the oil after the train's done with it, and that's how their French fries are made.
The words of Mr. Panda may or may not be true.
Then again, he's already announced you know your food, so
yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
I like the food at Disney better. Let's say that.
Yeah. You said earlier when something's said in a British accent, you believe it, but when food-related things are said in the accent of a big panda,
Thank you.
You believe them.
Take that to the bank.
Speaking of banks,
Do you have any questions about Diagon Alley? I did see it for the media event, so let me know.
I have a feeling Nick was just about to segue there.
no, I was trying to segue, and then I thought, no, I can't. Where can I go from Mr. All I could go was Mr. Banks, and that's quite old now, so no. Yes, I mean we actually spoke. We actually had just come out our Jim Dependence Day special.
Yep.
You see what we did there with Jim Hill, where he was. I don't know. Our genius star. I don't know who came up with it. Where he was talking about Diagon Alley, but
I think we've been drinking.
It's always. That's true. It's always good to hear somebody else's view. So he was quite taken with it.
You know what? I met Jim Hill
in a good
there.
way, not the Liam Neeson way. Oh, okay, good.
So, and me and him pretty much agreed. So I probably have the same feeling that he did. I'm a big Disney fanboy, but I was very impressed with the whole Diagon Alley. I was more impressed with it at night than I was with the day. But I was impressed with the fit on the Gringotts ride we tried to get on. And let me tell you, it wasn't just a question of fitting because I fit, but you had to be really tiny for that thing to push down enough to get a green light on your on your fit. I mean, you had to be quite small. You could be half my size and still not fit.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that compare with the restraints on the Forbidden Journey?
Pretty much, I would say about the same. I don't think if you can't fit on Forbidden Journey, I don't believe you'll fit on Gringotts. And what's odd is the Mine Train in Disney is also not the largest fit, but I fit fine and comfortable in that. Whereas Gringotts, again, I fit in the seat, but then they have this thing that goes over your lap. I think we lost Nick again. That goes over your lap, and it has to come down so much to get this green light that it was just impossible. When I said, okay, here's where I have it, and then I looked at the empty seat next to me, and I said, let me just see how far down it has to go to get the green. I thought maybe I could make it, and then my hand was on the floor. I was like, oh, forget that. It was like even not having that next hamburger is not going to make the difference.
You got to remember, it was designed for those Gringotts goblins. I mean, you know.
Yep.
The question is, can Warwick Davis go on it?
You know, I heard he has to have trouble. They're going to have to get something. I think he went on it, but they had to modify the lock-in mechanism just to make sure he was in.
Yes. I honestly once worked with Warwick Davis on a TV show, and he's one of the most polite celebrities I've ever met.
Yeah, really good guy.
Absolutely amazing guy. Really, really nice guy.
I met Tim Burton.
Met Tim Burton?
Yep.
Wow.
He was walking around Diagon Alley with Helena Bonham Carter, his wife, and I wouldn't give up. I went, Tim, and he kept walking. I went, Tim, kept walking. I finally yelled out, Tim, and he turned around and he was like, oh, I better shut this guy up. I said, let me take a picture with you. So he put his hand on my shoulder, took a nice picture with me, and people on Facebook who saw the picture said, "Oh my God, he's sucking out your soul."
which really other people would have been, Tim, here, take a picture of me and your wife.
I did say something to him that I don't know why I said it, but I made sure I let him know that Pee-wee's Big Adventure would have been a terrible movie had it not been for him. I just needed to get that out.
I was going to say, funny enough, if you'd have shouted it out, shouted at Tim as Pee-wee Herman, he would have probably turned around. But I'm really glad you said what you did.
That is what it is. He didn't want to say yes or no. He didn't take credit for it. He was pretty nice.
Yeah, I've very, very briefly met Helena Bonham Carter, and she's stunning. She really is attractive. I was, you see someone in films, you think, but like in real life, I was surprised how gorgeous she was. Really was, and I had no problems coming over and telling my wife. But so the ride, the Gringotts ride, guys, you might want to turn your ears off because you'll be going on it soon. But this guy ain't, and I want to know, what's it like?
Now, again, I didn't get on it, but everybody that got on it told me that it was a lot like Transformers with roller coaster concepts to it. Like you did actually go on a track before you hit a screen, which was in 3D and took over, but made it feel seamless. So it really does sound like a piece of technology.
So a hybrid between the Mummy and the Transformers, then.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'd say it sounds a little bit more like the Forbidden Journey and Transformers.
Well, you're not on the arm. There's no, that arm that...
I was thinking more about the way you kind of go from scene to screen.
Pretty much, yeah, except you're doing it on a roller coaster track with wheels.
Yeah. Okay, so like Transformers, Mummy, Harry Potter. Okay, yeah.
Did you try the butterbeer ice cream, John?
Yes, actually I did.
Yeah? Any good?
It was sweet as heck, but delicious.
Yeah.
Also tried, they had a full crumble ice cream, and I mixed. Oh, listen to this. This was weird. I said, could I please get a little bit of the butterbeer ice cream and a little bit of the apple crumble? Because I thought you mix those two flavors together, they're going to be amazing. They thought it was like illegal to mix flavors of ice cream. They said I'd have to mix it. I was like, fine, give me some of that, give me some of that. Then I got it in my hands, I mixed it. I was correct. It was delicious.
But they're not allowed to mix flavors of ice cream.
They were like scared that it was going to explode. Literally, she says, "Oh, I can't do that." And I was like, "Really? All right, give it."
Stop taking the Harry Potter allegories too far. Okay.
It does sound like they thought, if we mix these potions together, we might call something. I'm not convinced on butterbeer, but I'd still give the ice cream a shot just because you have to, don't you?
Yeah. Got to.
Yes, it's a nice, creamy, soft serve. It was good.
And was there any other highlights from the land that you?
Mostly the train. The Hogwarts Express ride I thought was really nice. Again, it's not. People thought that it would be in 3D. It is not in 3D, but it is a recessed monitor outside the window that is in nice high definition. So it does give you the appearance that you are traveling through countryside of London, where what I could imagine was the Harry Potter world there, and I'm sure you've heard this. The doors where you walk into the cabin of the train, they're like frosted, and they're also TV screens, so it appears as though people are walking and doing things outside your cabin.
Well, I mean, I've seen footage of the journey from Hogsmeade to Diagon Alley, and saw both sides. So I saw the frosted side and the window side.
Okay.
And I was blown away. And this is just a YouTube video. So it might have been your YouTube video, actually, thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, if you did mine, you did see both sides, because what I did was I edited them together.
Yes, it was yours. It was yours that I saw. Yeah, and you kind of cut between very, very good editing as well, by the way.
I used one audio track, so you didn't feel the cuts, but I cut between the scenes, so you saw what was happening.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. You're right. The audio was seamless, but yeah, it looked great, and I mean that. I think you did it really well in cutting the two, because most people would just upload a video of one side and then would probably upload a video of the other side. So I'll say it now. Yours is the best video. So if you haven't seen it, look for Mr. Panda's. But I mean, I was blown away by it. I really was. But the question that no one's answered for me so far is, how do you get onto the train? How do you get onto the right platform?
Wait, how do you to go through the 9 3/4 track?
Mm-hmm.
You do walk through a wall, but it's an illusion. I mean, if you look through a mirror that they have there, it appears as though you're walking through the wall. But in reality, when you're doing it, it's nothing. It's no big deal. It's like, So it's really, you have to look through the mirror at someone else going through to get the illusion.
Right.
Yeah. It's like a Pepper's Ghost effect. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I figured that would have to be what it was, but at the same time, no one's really spoken about it so far, and it was something that interested me.
Yeah. I do wish that would have been more of an allusion to the people doing it and not having to just watch someone else do it. I think they could have kind of lined it up better with the brick, so it looked like there wasn't an alcove there.
Because that would be the worst expansion ever. If we've built a multi-million-dollar ride and everything, and you have to get to it through this wall. Oh, you can't. You're a muggle.
Now, here's something interesting. The train is actually not going on its own volition. It is being pulled by a cable back and forth from the destination. So when you go from Universal to Islands of Adventure, the train is moving forward. When you go the other way, you actually see the train just going in reverse. The locomotive is in reverse. It kind of looks weird, but that's the way they can get it to happen, and they don't mind the disillusionment there of that part.
Oh dear. So, well, we've covered quite a bit of the news, but Mr. Panda, I want to know a bit more about you. You said you moved down from New York.
Yes.
Down
from
to
New York, where we drink coffee and water.
Coffee and donuts.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. What are you kidding
walking
me?
Here.
You guys gotta be kidding me.
I'm rubbish at accents. I'm not even going to bother.
Bother.
It's to be honest, it's not even a very good English accent he does, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm going to edit out the bit that tells me you to. And I've cut that.
Yeah, right.
So you moved down to be near the theme parks. So when did you first experience the theme parks that made you want to move down?
1976. I was 5 years old, and I remember just thinking at 5 years old, I just knew we live way too far from this excitement. This is ridiculous. We need to be closer to this.
Dad.
Yep. And my father told me, you will grow out of this, and he was totally wrong about that.
So eventually moving down there. So what is it you do with yourself during the day?
It's funny. I used to have a mystery shopping company where we did customer service evaluations, but that began to fail after the economy pretty much went bad years ago. So now I'm actually doing this full time, and I'm working with, if you allow me to mention David's Vacation Club Rentals, the dbcrentals.com. He works with me where I do a lot of video work for them. I make videos of the hotels, the resorts, the rooms, and then my videos, and that's now my living, which is amazing because it's kind of like, you know how people say if you do what you love, the money follows?
Yeah.
I never expected to make $1. I just was doing what I loved, and the fact that the money followed was really an amazing thing.
Brilliant stuff. So, I'm a nerd when it comes to that. So what kind of equipment are you using to do your filming?
They don't make the model anymore of the camera, but it's basically the highest end Sony camcorder for a consumer. It was about $1,500, but the best part of it was, it does the 1080 and the 60 frames per second, but it has a optical steady shot where the lens floats within this little chamber. So even if I shake a little bit, which on some of these rides you can't help it, it kind of really helps it stay steady. So a lot of times I'm shaking a lot more than from whatever is going on, and it doesn't feel that way to the viewer. And it's not computerized, so you don't get the pixels. It's actually optical in the lens, so it still maintains the clarity.
Oh, I don't know, lucky person.
A monopod, tripod, and all that junk. And I use Sony Vegas to edit, and the editing is probably what takes the most time.
Yeah.
Well, it makes me thinking I did really well my little tiny Panasonic 1080p. Yeah, it's a little bit better than what I've got.
Yeah, and I treated myself to a new camcorder for our holiday, but it's a complete monster. It's going to weigh a ton after a couple of days carrying it around. So
does it still? What does it use? Betamax or VHS?
Is it shoulder mounted?
Yeah, one of you's taking the mickey, the other one's telling the truth.
The thing is, like, I can't believe how small video cameras can be now.
And how cheap.
Exactly.
Well, and that as well.
Yeah.
We paid about £200 for ours, £150 like that, something like that, and it is palm size. It is literally palm size, and yet it is much more powerful, much more better than my last. I think it was probably mini DV I had, which at the time was about £800.
Yeah.
And it's half the size, more than half the weight. Incredible, quality outstanding. For what I need, I'm not competing with the Panda, so it's good for what I need it for, but it's nowhere up to your standards. So.
I'm prepared for this holiday with the decent camcorder, and then the GoPro. Everyone's got to have a GoPro. The chest harness, the wrist harness, and then the one that makes you look like a complete rapist. The head, the head strap. Really? Why?
Yeah,
Why?
You haven't got the inside the raincoat harness then.
Yeah, I think that's probably more the one, to be fair. But
I'm going out in my chest harness and only my chest harness.
Wowzers!
I think they call them reaction shots.
The GoPro is nice, but it's got a limited use. It doesn't zoom. It doesn't, and then it shakes a little bit when they have to try to stabilize it. It does its thing where it makes the picture look odd. But for what it is, it's great.
Yeah, it serves its purpose, but I can, compared to a proper camcorder where you can actually see what you're filming rather than just pointing it in the right direction and hoping that the wide-angle lens is wide enough.
That's the panoramic view.
It is indeed.
We've had this already.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, if you can you just remind us what your YouTube channel is?
BigFatPanda.com. BigFatPanda.com.
And you say you're putting videos there monthly, John? Yeah.
Oh, I would say weekly. If I go over a week without videos, people start to think I'm dead.
And in this day and age, you just can't afford to do that. But no, as I said,
pandemonium.
I
told you,
hey,
Nick, where you leave
that at the end of my show.
And do you film them? I mean, some of them you're using some sort of green or blue screen for the background.
When I do my show, I use a green screen behind me because I like to show you what I'm talking about. I can't stand sometimes when people just assume everybody knows what they're saying. So I try to sync up, what's behind me, like while I'm explaining something. So you could either look at my fat face or you could look behind me. You have a choice, which is nice. So green screen, but it's got to be used well. If you use it, in the wrong way, it gets annoying, I think.
Yeah. So do you have a little studio at home, or do you just...
Yep. We have a guest room that has now become a studio room.
I'd love to do that, but my daughter would be really annoyed if I painted her entire bedroom in ludicrous green.
Just need a green sheet. That's all you need. Just a green sheet.
Hang the fabric up and then take it down when the studio's done.
Yeah, ask Josh Gillespie. He knows.
The big thing is lighting. More than the green screen, you have to really go and invest a little bit in the lights, because when you light yourself and the green screen, you have to try to not get shadows, and everything has to be kind of even so the computer sees the green color as even.
Otherwise it looks like a really bad Tim Curry 80s film.
Right, and if you get to interview someone that's wearing a green shirt, forget it. You have to remember to tell people, please don't wear anything green.
I do remember, actually, that episode you did recently with that interview of Kermit the Frog, which didn't go to plan.
Which one? Oh, Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, it's an hour into the podcast. He has been drinking.
Other green things are available. Incredible Hulk, there's another one.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. We've got a test for you now.
Oh, good. Is that time?
It is that time of the show where we put our guests to the test for a 2-minute quiz on Disney movies.
Oh boy, okay. I may not pass this.
That's all right.
You join the club.
It's absolutely fine, Mr. Panda, because so far we've got a top 10 list and we haven't gone through 10 people.
So whatever happens, you will get a top 10 place, and you'll be there for another few weeks yet. So
if Paul survives, that is.
I wish the test was about the parks instead of the movies.
Unfortunately, we don't get Trivial Pursuit Disney Theme Park Edition over here.
So you're giving away. I wrote all these from knowledge. My QI elves.
Yes.
Dear, oh dear. Perhaps we should do some sort of QI.
Let's try.
Right, here we go. Right, I'm about to press the minute, and one of those is go. It's not that one. Start. There we go. Okay. What musical instrument does Duchess play to O'Malley the Alley Cat?
Oh, God. I have no idea. Flute, I'm guessing.
What is the name of Tarzan's adoptive mother?
Whose adoptive mother?
Tarzan.
Oh, Tarzania. I totally don't know.
Oh dear. In Bambi, which birds warn the animals that the hunters are in the forest?
Let's see. Well, the mother gets killed, so they don't do a very good job. What birds? Canaries.
We'll go for funnest answer. That's the best one. Dear. All right. Which famous actor gave his voice to John Smith?
Mel Gibson. I have no idea.
Which king appears only during the wedding of Robin Hood and Maid Marian?
King Triton. I'm kidding. I don't know. King Philip. Let's go with Philip.
What will never happen to Peter Pan?
He will never grow old. Grow up. He will never grow up.
Who are Aquata, Andrina, Arista, Atina, Adela, and Alana?
Those are Ariel's sisters. No.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, there you go. What is the only speaking animal in The Sword in the Stone?
Ooh, sword in the stone. Only speaking animal.
Beep, beep, beep. Time's up, but I've started, so I'll finish.
I did bad. I got one right.
No,
Two.
what did you answer to the last one? You got the choice.
Say fox.
Right, here we go then. Listeners, are you ready?
Ready.
Yes.
Here we go, guys. Right.
It's really off-putting, that.
Is it? What, my answer?
At the end
your
of
massive sigh.
Yeah, at the end of each question, you don't give anything away, and you go, I feel like I've really disappointed you when I couldn't answer the question right. It's like my dad's asking me homework questions again.
Disappointed in you. What musical instrument does Duchess play to O'Malley? Anyone care to guess?
I would
Piano.
have probably said flute, to be honest.
Piano.
As well.
It's a harp.
Oh.
Oh.
So, what's the name of Tarzan's adoptive mother? Anyone want to guess?
I know, and I can't remember, so it's gonna really bug me and tell me.
It would be Carla.
I should really watch that film.
There we go. Which birds warn the animals that the hunters are in the forest?
Badgers?
Is it bluebirds?
It's the crows. And not the one with Brandon Lee in.
You sure that they didn't see the elephant fly?
I don't know. Perhaps
No, he said crows, not racist crows.
which actor gave his voice to John Smith?
You got this right.
It was indeed
Mel
Gibson.
Yeah.
Speaking of racists, there's a segue.
Yeah.
Which king appears only during the wedding of Robin and Marion?
Gotta be Richard the Lionheart, isn't
It is Richard the Lionheart. Yes.
Oh, I was going to say John. I was going to be well wrong.
Yeah, he comes back at the end.
I thought I liked it in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves when the King of England comes back as Sean Connery with a very Scottish accent. Anyway, carry on.
Comes back as some submarine captain from Russia, or an Irish policeman,
or a medicine man.
Yeah. What will never happen? Is someone opening more beer, or was that everyone going shush, shush, shush?
Yeah, that was the audience at home going, shut up, shut up.
We want to hear the answers. What will never happen to Peter Pan? You were right. He will never grow up.
Okay, good.
So we're on 2 so far.
Actually, that's not true, because if you've seen the film Hook, that's exactly what he does.
No, get older, just not grow up.
Yeah.
It's a bit like us.
Yeah, it's optional.
Growing older is optional. Yeah.
Aquata, Andrina, Arista, Atina, and Alana are indeed aerial sisters.
I would have said Hercules' wenches.
And the only speaking animal in The Sword in the Stone.
It's an owl.
It is indeed.
Archimedes the owl.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Did you Google that one?
Absolutely no, absolutely not. I loved Sword in the Stone when I was a kid, and when we got Flynn, originally he was going to be Archimedes, except we figured it was too long a name. Which reminds me, actually, just before you announce the final score, now's the time to say that as part of the show, we're going to have a new competition on Disafterdark. Name my next born child. So suggestions to the usual. Winner gets nothing, but the privilege of naming my child. So, play suggestions our way.
It's got to be Elsa or Anna. Surely.
Probably.
What's Ben?
For a boy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyone else for a boy? Not sure what for a girl yet.
Yeah, and I think a caveat there is we do have final veto.
Yeah. So,
I think Lindsay.
I was going to say, you don't, I don't. Lindsay does.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Final suggestion may or may not be approved.
Oh dear. Well, we are approaching the end. So,
but what was the score?
Oh yeah, that bit.
3.
Yeah.
He scored 3.
That's a good score.
That is a good score.
I think you tied with me. I get 3 last week.
And I'm just going to check the leaderboard. to see where that
Wait,
puts you.
if there's a tie, we need a tie-breaking question, though.
Actually, that puts you straight into third on the leaderboard.
There you go.
Okay, I'll take it.
That puts you behind Caitlin, who no one's going to beat. Yeah.
How do they do compared to Jim Hill?
We haven't had Jim. Jim was going to do it last week.
We were going to ask him, but we couldn't get him to shut up.
Yeah, but basically, when we have Jim on the show, we basically set the record for just over an hour, say hello, introduce Jim, and then shut up.
I usually cut the grass. Well, let's just go away and wash the car.
But that's only because it's so goddamn interesting.
No, it's good.
It's kind of, yeah. So
He will. He should knock it out of the park, I would have thought.
I have a feeling he's going to do good with this.
I think so.
Yeah, he'll give Caitlin a run for her money, I think. So
Yeah, I think so.
So yes, but we are approaching time, gentlemen. Please. So
We are.
For that final reminder, how do people contact the show?
Well, of course, they can visit our website at www.disafterdark.com, and they can email us at podcast@disafterdark.com.
And we are still on Twitter at Disafterdark and Facebook.com/Disafterdark and MiceChat.com.
YouTube at Disafterdark Podcast, Instagram, Pinterest, blah, blah, blah. Mr. Panda, would you like to give our listeners the final selling on where they can find you?
Yes, check me out, please, at bigfatpanda.com. Send me a message. I respond to everyone, whether it be good or bad. Hopefully.
Right.
Much like us, actually. We don't mind.
Yeah, we're not proud.
And also, just before we go, unfortunately, Mighty Gittis, you didn't retweet our status. You just followed us. So thank you for the follow. But I'm not going to mention you by name because you didn't retweet this. So sorry about that. You're out of luck.
Brilliant. Yes, gentlemen, that's it for another show.
Thank you, guys.
No, thank you for joining us, John, Mr. Panda, sir.
Yes.
Hopefully, a year from now, you will re-invite me. This is awesome.
Yeah,
it'd be great.
Absolutely. Very, very fun show with you, sir.
Did you just say absolutely? 2 fingers worth of beer, mate.
Oh.
We didn't explain the rules before the show started. It's not his fault.
You are welcome back at any time. Great fun to have you here. And I'll say Paul and myself, and not Nick, are out in Florida within the next month and a bit.
Hey, we can Skype. We can video FaceTime.
Let me know when you guys are out here so I can come into the park and say hello.
We'll be there. We'll be there. Fantastic.
We'll have a beer
after all.
Yeah. But there you go, dear listener. Thank you very much for joining us. See you all in 2 weeks' time.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye now.
Growing older is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Dis After Dark, the podcast that's nearly the same as all the others.
Yeah. We're not outroed by a 20th Century Fox, are we?
I don't know. I thought it was Star Wars beginning that I was expecting.
Look, it's all I can do to get Skype fucking working. And we're out.
Yo.